whole world has witnessed the degrading fashion in which a former president of a sovereign country was bundled into a private aircraft and summarily transported to The Hague. To us lawyers, this would be called an extrajudicial rendition. To the less legally inclined, it was a pure and simple kidnapping. My client was denied all access to the legal recourse in the country of his citizenship, and this all in the nature of political score settling. Two troubled entities struck an unlikely alliance, an incumbent president who wished to neutralize and choke the legacy of my client and his daughter on the other hand, and a troubled legal institution subject to delegitimization and desperate for a price cuts and a legal show today on the other hand. With this in mind, it is not surprising that my client was abducted from his country. ICC private jets do not drop out of the thin air. That jet which received my client was coordinated in advance. The UAE is not a state party to the ICC and has no obligation to cooperate with the court. Yet my client sat in transit in that country for more than 5 hours. I invite the registry's representative to present today in court to explain to the judges exactly how they believe this transfer was anything other than a gross abuse of process. Given the precipitous arrival of my client, an elderly man with debilitating medical issues, hard of hearing and poor of sight, he was taken to a hospital for observation. Only this morning have I met him for the first time with less than an hour to discuss legal issues. I have not been able to present him with a hard copy of the arrest warrant because we were not supplied with such. I have not even been able to explain to him what the prosecution requested when seeking the issuance of the arrest warrant. This is because the chamber only established a redacted version of the prosecution request last night. Other than to identify himself, my client is not able to contribute anything to this hearing. Most importantly, he is not able even to tell you that he has been informed of the charges as contained in the arrest warrant for a reason more pertinent to which I alluded in my written request to this honorable pretrial chamber this morning, and which is confidential in nature. Accordingly, I repeat my respectful request, which was rejected this morning, to postpone the substantive aspect of this hearing to the next week, when I will have the opportunity to sit with my client and to explain to him what a confirmation hearing is and what the disclosure is and how the prosecution alleges that he committed crimes. I thank the court for its attention and regret to say that I do not have instructions to continue my submission any further today. Thank you.
On the plane here has had the opportunity to meet him this morning for less than an hour. I'm a bit disappointed at the practices of the ICC that has delayed the visit of a family member to an accused.
Yes.
We look up to the ICC as a model for international justice, and the fact that it has taken 2 days for a family member to see the accused, I think does not speak well of the practices of the court.
Meron bang VP, dito ka, doon. VP, straight ka, straight.
Guys, dito na si VP sana. Dito lang banda, huwag na kayo maguna. Ito, tigas din ng ano.
VP, straight doon. Please line her doon. Excuse me. Ikaw magpapalala ka.
Walang tulak yun.
Wala na kasi daanan, wala nang daanan. Please down your mic, please. Down the mic.
Ayan na po. Okay, relax lang po kayo. Standby po.
Wala din. Daya inyo, ha?
BP,
Sandali. Siguro, BP will start by saying ano yung paano siya, ano yung nangyari sa visit niya kay Presidente. Go.
Oh, okay, sige. So, I visited former President Duterte. He is in the hospital wing of the detention center. And he is in good spirits. He is well taken care of. Nag-comment lang siya na he really misses Filipino food. Yan lang. But very recently sa meal nila, meron ng rice. So that's a good development. And then we discussed about his legal team. And we discussed about the family. And we discussed about the country.
Okay, questions now?
Gano'n pa katagal yung visit niya?
The visit lasted for an hour. So it was from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.
VP, what was his reaction or yung kinuwento niya tungkol doon sa nangyaring initial appearance?
Well, hindi namin na-discuss. Hindi namin na-discuss yung initial appearance niya kanina. Sorry, sorry. Well, we did not discuss his initial appearance. And we only discussed the lawyers and the legal team and what we are going to do in the next 4 days.
BP, were you surprised with the former president here in Bayan? Were you expecting to see him there?
I had no expectations. I did not know. I did not know he was appearing before live stream. But I think it was the decision of the doctor. So inside the facility, all the decisions are made by the doctor.
What's the plan now? The next hearing is September 23 pa. How will the family prepare for this? May rotation?
Okay. So I have not discussed the arrangements with next of kin and relatives here. I will discuss it with them tonight, and I will relate to them also what the president said and what the president wanted them to know. And so yes, we haven't made a decision, but I will not leave until a relative comes to make sure that there is a next of kin giving money. Yes.
BP, tungkol po sa usapan nyo ni dating Pangulo, may hiniling po ba siya sa inyo?
Ulitin mo.
Sa usapan nyo ni PRRD, may hiniling po ba siya sa inyo?
English.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. When we talked, he, as a request, he asked me to go home. So, he repeatedly said, "Do not leave the country. Do not leave the Philippines." And so I told him na I know, I understand that. And I do not want to be here as well. Unfortunately, I am the only one who has a Schengen visa. And I am the only one who is a lawyer. So I told him that when we are able to meet with the legal team, that I will immediately return home and yes, do my work.
May defense team na po ba si PRRD, ma'am?
Defense team, yes. We already have a lead counsel, and there will be meetings with. We had a meeting with him yesterday, and then we will have a meeting in person when he arrives this week.
Thank you.
And how many?
Is it Nicholas Kaufman? Okay. Yes, the president already appointed. Yes, the president already appointed Nicholas Kaufman as his lawyer.
Ma'am, let me just go back to what he said to you, telling you not to leave the Philippines.
Yes.
What was the specific concern about it? And if we can also address yung, kasi according to Malacanang, they gave you travel authority until April 30 in several countries. Ano po kaya yung, ma'am? Ano yung reason for the travel?
My travel, the moment that I felt that it was an extraordinary rendition, the moment that it was I felt that it was a kidnapping because they were holding him in 250, which is the air base of the presidential area wing. I felt that he will not be able to leave that place, but he will be taken to wherever. At the time we did not know. So we were preparing for a list of countries where he may be taken. So, and at the time I did not know how I will be able to enter that country. So we had to apply for travel authority for countries because I did not know how I will be able to travel. Okay.
So, di siya necessarily pupuntahan BP or kung ba i-complete yung travel up to April 30?
With regard to the date, no, because at the time I did not know also how long was I gonna be, how long was I gonna be, yes, wherever he is. So we applied for until April 30. But it doesn't mean that I will be here until April 30. So I will be here until the legal team is doing their work already, and another relative is here to assist him.
Did he explain his concerns why you shouldn't,
He said that yes, I should immediately go back, just leave him here. But I said no, I cannot do that because no one will decide for him outside. So very limited people have access to him right now. So I told him that I just have to form that legal team. Then I can work remotely in the Philippines, talking to the legal team, and then. Yes, so I just need next of kin to come here, and everyone's applying for visa right now.
Pero wala po siyang fears that it will be taken advantage of your absence?
Well, he did not express fears about taking advantage. Some people or whoever taking advantage of my absence, but he repeatedly said that you must not leave the Philippines. You must go back to your country. You're not supposed to be here. And then I insisted that yes, I know what I have to do, and that I just need to set up something here in The Hague, and then I will immediately go back to the Philippines.
BP,
Isa-isa po.
any comment po, BP?
Disposition po and demeanor of the president when you saw him? And were you able to see po yung detention center, the detention area for the
No, I was not allowed inside his detention area. We met in the visitors area, and the demeanor was, he looked well rested. I asked him that. I said, "You look well rested," and then he said that, "Well, I don't do anything here except sleep and watch TV because he has access to the TV." And then I also, and then I asked him about the food because I know his preferences for food, and then he said yes. Well, that's my only complaint is that I really miss Filipino food. Kung ano na sa Bisaya, baka na
Bulad.
tuyo,
Monggos. Paksiw.
paksiw na isda.
Kaya na, dali, kaya.
Inununan,
Ano po yun? Sino po?
BP,
Sige po.
any comment po doon sa plano ng mga otoridad na i-raid po yung tahanan ng mga Duterte sa Davao City? Ito ba ay makonsider nyo na part of para pabagsakin ang mga Duterte family?
Yes, I heard about that. The search warrant applied for all the houses, all our houses, all the members of the family. And I mentioned to my siblings that you don't have control over this anymore. So I just told them that just secure your valuables, and then just allow them to do the search, and then we expect that there will be planted evidence inside the houses. So I told them that we'll just have to face that as well, because that is the template that they did with former Congressman Arnie Teves. It's exactly the same template. So I told them that it's pointless. It's pointless to fight. So just allow it to happen. It doesn't mean that that search is illegal. But then I told them that no one should be hurt. No one should resist. Just allow them to do whatever that is illegal.
Ma'am, any comment po doon sa sinabi ni PCO Yusek Castro na walang kidnapping na nangyari sa lahat po ay may papeles tungkol po sa pag-aresto kay PRRD?
Well, it was really kidnapping. You see the comments all around the world from experts.
Parang hindi tayo mag-ano dito. Kasi pag natitin, hindi mo na makita yun sa imang hindi. Yung video mo, ito na yun. Ito.
But if you talk to lawyers, they call it extraordinary rendition. But for a family member like me, that's kidnapping.
Yeah.
That's forcibly taking my father to another country and illegally arresting him. So that's clearly kidnapping.
Ma'am, mag-apply po ba si PRRD ng interim release? Interim release,
That's
sorry.
something that I cannot comment on because it's a legal strategy. So I would leave that to the lawyers if the lawyers would like to talk to the media. But I will not comment on legal strategy. I'll also add that because I told him a lot of people are crying.
Yes.
They are depressed, hurt, stressed about what happened and what is happening right now and what is happening in the country. And then he said, sabihin mo sa kanila, relax lang, may hangganan ang lahat.
Yes.
So I'm remembering this from kasi I cannot take notes, I cannot take a ball pen and pen this. So, sabihin mo sa kanila, relax lang, may hangganan ng lahat. There will be a day of reckoning for all.
BP, mahal na mahal po ang Duterte family ng mga OFW at mga Pilipino po sa bansang Pilipinas. Ngayon, grabe po yung emosyon ng mga Pilipino dahil mahal po nila si PRRD at kayo po. So may mensahe po ba kayo para sa lahat ng mga Pilipino?
Yes. Unang-una, nagpapasalamat ako sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan. Mag-English pa ako, sir.
Tagalog po kailan, ma'am. Bisaya na lang. Davao Bitar. Tagalog, ma'am. Tagalog.
Tagalog lang, Tagalog.
Tagalog tayo.
Okay, BP.
Okay. Sige. So, ganun lang ha. Ganun lang. Sorry with First off, I'd like to thank all our countrymen for your prayers and your profound support to the former presidents. We can feel your love, we can feel your anger, we can empathize with everyone, everyone's rage about what happened, and let us not be let us not forget the real issues in our country, and that is
We are aware of that.
Yes,
The corrupt,
that is the poverty, that is corruption,
Corruption.
that is the failure of the government to answer the demands from the people about accountability and transparency.
Yes!
The failure of the government to address peace and security in our country.
Walang ginawa ko na ng party-party lang.
So, because I wanted to give it time, airtime. I wanted to give the flowers airtime because I don't know who gave this, but the people who gave this made efforts to go to a flower shop and buy flowers. So I wanted to give it airtime, just to say thank you to those who took time to buy flowers. They know I
Love
like
your
flowers.
family.
Ma'am, how is this helping?
Address na tayo. Now, she will now address the Filipino community after the video. Okay, because
Sige.
Lala ko question, ma'am.
So, start muna tayo.
Nakailak ko sa neta gusto ko papa.
Duterte! 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 Duterte!
Muna kayo. Ano lang kayo? Alam, ma'am. Hindi.
I don't think
Huwag muna. Ano kayo? Sige.
Kagwapa ni mga oy! Gwapa!
Oh, so,